On the 4th of September 476, the young Emperor Romulus Augustulus was deposed by King Odoacer, thus striking the final blow to the Western Roman Empire. From then on, the West would be fragmented into a number of lesser kingdoms, but what you rarely hear anything about is the fact that between the fall of the empire and the early Islamic conquests lies a period of almost 200 years. And that means that the same process of fragmentation had taken place not only in the former Roman provinces of Europe, but also in those of North Africa. This gave birth to a number of small Christian kingdoms in the area, and one of them was the Kingdom of Altava. It was located in modern-day Algeria and centered around the capital of Altava, hence its name. The origins of the kingdom are quite obscure. It may have emerged as a Roman successor state, with a local governor or other authority being abandoned by the empire but successfully beating back tribal invasions. Or it may have been carved out by local Berber chieftains. In any case, the first known ruler of the kingdom was a man by the name of Masuna. We only know of him from an inscription dated to the year 508. It's written in Latin and speaks of Masuna as King of the Moors and Romans. It also names people with the imperial-sounding titles of prefect and procurator, who apparently were appointed by the king. In other words, the state that he ruled was Berber or Moorish, but also heavily Romanized. It's also around this time that Christianity, with certain influences from the traditional Berber religion, became the dominant faith in the kingdom, and a new church was built in the capital. The next king, Mastigas, ruled in the 530s and 40s, and according to the historian Procopius, controlled the entire province of Mauritania Caesarensis, that is modern-day Algeria, with the exception of its capital, Caesarea. His successor, Garmul, managed to defeat the Roman army in 571, and continued to launch raids into their territory. Ultimately though, Garmul was defeated and killed by the Roman general Gennadius, thereby losing much of the kingdom. Following this, there's a blackout of about a century during which we have little or no information about Altava, until finally, in the 680s, King Caecilius, or Cosila, appears. He would, unlike his predecessors, be forced to team up with the Eastern Romans, because they now faced a common enemy. An Arab general by the name of Uqba ibn Nafi had led an invasion across North Africa all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. He was seeking to expand the newly formed Umayyad Caliphate, but on his return, he was met by the combined forces of Caecilius and the Romans, and was killed along with most of his men. Thus, the threat of invasion had been avoided for now. But the Berbers would only be able to enjoy peace for a couple of more years, and by 688 AD, Arab reinforcements had arrived. This time, Caecilius and his men would have to fight alone, and vastly outnumbered, they were defeated in 690. Caecilius was killed in the battle, and with his death, the Kingdom of Altava ceased to exist.